I just finished up the last video and I'm not going to stop. I am out here making more progress on 8 Lima November. All right, everybody, so here's my list, and let me give you kind of just an idea. So I've got to fit the cowl, I've got to install the nose bowl, I've got to get the spinner on, install the propeller. All of that is pretty simple. I got to get the spar plates. I got right here. Got to get them both on, both sides torqued. I've got an AD I've got to take care of, which is welding in the main gear. Got all the parts. That should be done very simply. I've got some people there. Got to get the gear on. I've got to put a couple of terminal connectors on. I've got to wire in the new fuel tank sender for the new fuel tank I put in. Oh, what else? I got to paint the inboard portions of the wings on each side. A lot of little things, but again, I've got my list and I'm going to start ticking them off, and I've got this week because I want to get the plane on the ground and really see that progress being made this week. I might have come up on the first hang up on my timeline for flying to the Zenith fly-in, and it is simply this. There was an AD, well, not an AD because this is experimental aviation, but there was a, I guess they're called a safety or a safety alert or something to that effect, dealing with the main gear on the HDS, and it came out back like 2006. And when I looked at the gear that I had gotten in the donor plane, it hadn't had that done yet. So I just dropped off the landing gear to an A&P friend of mine, and hopefully he's able to get that AD complied with. Basically what it is the mounting plate for where the gear attaches to the landing gear forks, that had to be beefed up from an 1/18 of an inch, or I'm sorry, not 1/18 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch to 3/16. So while he's working on that, I'm going to make more progress, and hopefully we'll get this plane off the ground this weekend. All right, so that's it. That's it for this night, but I was able to knock a few things off the list, so let's talk about what I got knocked off for tonight. So, got here, what do we got? Torque, spar plates, done. These are over there getting done. Let's see here, I put the wire terminals on there for the new wire. Let's see. Installing, feels like I haven't done that. I have the inboard wings painted. What else? Check cable tensions. So everybody, it is the next morning here on this Labor Day, and I've gotten the spinner on, which is a big step forward. Now the other thing I've done is I have inspected the motor mounts. All of those are great, no problems, no cracks. So with that, I've also put in my new carb heat cable. That was another piece I was looking for. Really all the little fiddly bits that just don't make for really fun things to watch. So I'm gonna jump out here this evening. We're gonna get all of the rivets put in to the nut place to hold the spinner on, possibly paint the spinner, get the cowling on, and we are so close. I've got the gear over at the A&P here on the field. He's basically doing that safety, he's basically welding those plates on for me. As soon as that's done, wheels are on, time to make some brake lines and engine run. So I'm super excited. Now, the other thing you notice is I do have, let me see right here, the prop back from Sensenich. So boom, see right there? So props back, wings are painted, super. Well, hey everybody, that's another late night in the books, but I've got the cowling all basically mounted up, ready to go. This side's off because I've got a little bit of work to do inside here. Basically, I got to hook up the carburetor up to the inbox, or in the carb intake. But notice I got the spinner on, this side's on. Everything is getting so close. Wings again, back here. And I should have everything on tomorrow. I'm just waiting for the landing gear to get welded together, and that should be done either today or tomorrow, and then be ready for an engine run, which I'm excited for. So all right, everybody, and good morning, and I'm back out here, and I got straight to work. I was able to find that piece of SCAD tubing I needed, so all good to go. Firewall forward. Did a little inspection in here. All of the cable tensions are bang on the money, so no change there. Did do another inspection of the aft portion of the fuselage, and everything looks right on. So with that, what do I have left to get done? Well, pretty simple. I got to put the wings back on, and I got to put the landing gear back on. Spinners on, nose bolts on, other wing is all riveted together, and these guys are just itching to get back in the air. So as soon as my mechanic gets those landing gear welded up, they'll be on. He's actually welding on them right now. So as soon as they're on, it is engine run time, but it's hot, I'm tired, and I'm gonna head out to Lowe's to pick up a few things that I need for the house. So with that, I'll be back out here this evening. So I got all the landing gear back, which means I'm be able to get this thing on the gear tonight. It's just really hot, so I'm planning is not to work right now because it's a little over 105. So I'll be out here tonight. We'll get the landing gear on, hopefully engine run here really quick. So let's jump forward to tonight. So everyone, it is another late night out here at the hangar, but progress has been made, and let me show you what I've gotten done. So as you see, I have the first landing gear in position. So the way it works in the HDS and HD is you have, this is the top of the gear here. It's got these two 10/32 screws that secure the top. Comes through two bungee cords here supporting the gear itself. Now, I haven't put the screws in yet, but there's basically another set of 10/32 screws or AM3s that go on the front and the back that secure the gear leg in, but that is definitely enough work for tonight. So rinse and repeat tomorrow, and I'll tell you what, let me show you guys the jig that I use to put these together, because a lot of you guys have asked me about that. All right, for those who have asked my 31-day build video, this is the contraption that I use to get my landing gear in place. So what it is I've got 1/2-inch steel rod going through these little tubes here that are, again, are basically putting the tension on the bungee cords. These, another piece of square tubing, 2 pieces of all thread on each side going through the fork. That way I can screw this down, compress the spring, or in this case the bungee cord, and make it easier to get into the wing. So, huge milestone, no longer on supports, it is on the ground, on the gear, and I couldn't be happier. And this is one thing I have not done since the incident. Oh, I have not sat in my plane. This feels so good to be to this point. But there's still more work to be done. I'm going to be doing an engine run here, hopefully tomorrow. So let's jump forward to tonight when I'm able to get some more work done, specifically getting the wings put on. All right, everybody, back out here for another evening. And tonight, me and my son Ryan are going to get the wings on the plane so that tomorrow I'll be able to do an engine run. So I think it's time to just go to a cinematic edit and a bunch of time lapse. All right, buddy, so we're calling it a night. We were able to get a lot of work done, but we still need to get 2 of the smart bolts in, and then we need to install the rear smart bolt on the pilot side wing. And I got some minor wiring I got to tidy up, but after that, engine run. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get this all done first thing in the morning. All right, buddy, as promised, I'm out here again. It's still hot. It's probably about 105, 107 right now, but we're gonna start this engine up. Now, this engine has not run since the incident, but I've inspected it. Everything is looking great. So let's fire this thing up, make sure everything's running right. Then, next step towards getting to Mexico, Missouri will be accomplished. So let's throw like 1 gallon of fuel in it and start this motor up. Flare prop. All right, everybody, so as you saw, I was able to start the engine and do an engine run on 8 Lima November. Couldn't be happier. The engine's running perfectly. There was nothing in the system at all that gave me any pause. And so with that, I'm gonna make some more progress, and it looks like I should be able to make it to the fly-in in Mexico, Missouri. With that though, if you wanna see if I'm able to finish that, you should go to the fly-in in Mexico, Missouri, and if I'm there, you'll be able to take a look at 8 Lima November, and you'll be able to see the kind of work that I was able to get done in the short time frame. But the only way I'm able to do work like this is with the help of my sponsors, specifically GRT Avionics. GRT is an American-based company making highly capable, quality avionics here for guys like me and you flying on a budget. So if you're building a light sport aircraft or you're building experimental, really go check out the offerings of GRT Avionics and see if they've got what you need for your plane. I like the Sport EX. It gives me all the capability in the aircraft that I need. It gives me all of the integration that I want, and again, at a price that is really realistic for guys on a budget like me and you. With all that being said, thank you guys for following along. Consider liking, subscribing, and again, I'm going to have this thing in the air really soon, and if you guys want to see that, follow along. But until next time, this is me, Larry Nelson, telling you guys to, if you got projects like this, get in the garage, get building, and I'll see you in the air.